Hey, I'm Yanique Love, aka Yaya, BKA, Shakita Banana, poet, blogger, food enthusiast, therapist, and BFF of Monie.
And I am Simone Loud, aka Monie, poet, writer, audio engineer, mentor, creative director, and Yaya's best tea. Together we are Love Loud LLC.
2008 marks the year we met at the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. 2016 is when we became business partners. And in 2020, we started our lovely podcast, Truth Carpet.
Truth Carpet was inspired by our real-life carpet in our dorm room that we sat on with our friends to speak the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Our version of Vegas. What was said on the carpet stayed on the carpet.
On our podcast, we will share original poems, discuss spicy topics, and quench your thirst with this here tea.
So grab your drink and let's get into it.
Welcome back. We are here for another episode of Season 2, Truth Carpet. I am Yanique Love, one half of Love Loud LLC. I'm here with my best friend,
Monie. Some like to call me Simoné. Hey. Would you like to call me Simoné? Because I got the accent over the E.
Simoné. Hey. I wasn't expecting that. I thought you were going to say Mo to the E to the...
No, some like to call me Simoné. That's the French version of me name.
Well, thank you for letting us know me name or name. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling radiant. I'm feeling bright despite the rain
radiant,
that tried
bright.
to bring me down. You see the yellow I'm wearing? Yellow.
Yeah.
Hello.
The sun's shining on your chest and your nose and your forehead.
Get into it. It's Black History Month still. Melanin, okay? Melanin is looking flawed. Okay? Sure.
Okay.
Like I was just telling you before we started, my skin is clearing up. I was having so many issues with my skin, like with like severe breakouts, like red bumps, and I've been having issues for a while. So I'm very grateful that I'm at a point where I don't have as many bumps. I'm drinking more water. I'm finding the right, I guess, soap and combo for my face. I'm using a prescription right now from the doctor. So it seems to be working. I'm going to keep with this regimen. Overall, feeling good. I worked out today. I read today. Still keeping up with that group you added me to as far as what we supposed to be doing this month. I only slipped up once, though. I had alcohol on a Sunday. We only supposed to have it on Saturday. Only because I thought it was Saturday. Mid-drink, I was like, oops. It's Sunday. It's not Saturday. Oh, well, I didn't have a drink yesterday, so I just counted as for today.
And I love adding people to the groups, but I don't be doing good. I don't drink a lot of water, and that's bad. I know I need to drink it, so I'm flushing my body out, because I like to think of it as a toilet. Like you clean your body out to the toilet, you flush it, and it goes down and it cleans out. And I'm not flushing my body out with water. I don't know. I can eat meals all day and not drink water. That's so bad.
I was about to say that is bad. You can go weeks without food, but only days without water. My goodness.
I get the water from, I guess, my celery and stuff, but I know I need to drink pure water. It's a goal every month of mine. Every week, every day of mine is a goal to drink more water. And I get so proud when I do drink the water.
Mm-hmm.
But when I fail, it's bad.
Wait, so you don't keep like a water jug with you or whatever you drink your water of? You don't keep it with you all day?
When I'm thinking about it, or when the month starts with the goal, then I'll have my bottle of water, a bigger one than this, like my Trader Joe water or my Essentia, which is like 1.5 liters. I'll carry it around. Like I'll say, okay, I can't touch anything else until I drink this whole thing. And by nighttime, I still got half of it still left to go, and it's already time to go to bed. But then like it should be easier now, because with my job there's a lot of driving, and I'm driving to the city and stuff too. So before I started that job, I was chugging and drinking a lot, but now I'm in my mind, I'm like, I gotta drive today and I don't want to have to use the bathroom, while I'm driving.
Yeah,
So
that makes
it's a
sense.
mental thing too, but it's a bad habit of mine that I do need to drink more water.
I mean, yeah, it do have you going to the bathroom, but one thing I did notice when I started drinking more water, it helps with the process of me actually slimming down because I'm not eating as much because I'm drinking more water, so I don't have to try to fill my body up with food because I have
Yeah,
all that water in me. Going to
yeah.
the bathroom is the downside part of it, but I guess I'd rather go to the bathroom than be overweight.
Okay. So, yeah, I was about to get into something, but that's not our topic for today. So let's switch over. My week has been like a snail. What's Gary? That's his name. SpongeBob.
Yep, that's the pet.
I've been feeling like Gary all week, girl. Like it's been a drag. I had to ask Twitter what is going on. Is it retrograde or am I eating too much junk food that I feel like I'm slowing down? I know I slept my 8 hours last night. Why am I so tired? What's going on? I don't want to do work. I don't want to do anything. And yeah, something's going on with these planets right now. So I'm just so happy that today is Friday and I'm gonna get some rest or try to like snap back
Get
into
ooh,
it.
come on, snap
Like
back.
you saw my hat, the ball on my head was like it was like
I saw
crack
that.
apple pop or whatever it say. Crack apple snap. So
Snap, crackle, and pop, darling. Snap, crackle, and pop.
jingle jingle.
The crazy thing is, I'm the opposite of you. Like, as far as you feeling like slow, I've been feeling like upbeat. I've been getting more things done, checking things off my list. Like, yes, yes, okay, girl, I see what you're doing. And I think it's because, I don't know, my shift in mindset, I've really been trying since the first to really be on this positive thing that I got going, allowing the positivity to outweigh the negative. I actually posted a quote today that said build positive walls to keep out the negative things and the discouragement. So that is something that I'm holding near and dear to me to remind myself, as long as I'm being positive, because you can't be positive and negative at the same time. One is going to outweigh the other. So within every situation, I always believe that there is something positive that you can see as a part of that. Even if you can't see it right away, there's always light on the other side. So you just have to
Word.
work your way to that, grow to that, get to the light.
I like the thing that you sent me yesterday about the few things that you should do when you wake up. So I'm gonna look
Mm-hmm.
at that after we finish potting today. Maybe write it down or print it out to put it on my wall so then I can get into a good groove of that. I also noticed that these last 2-3 weeks I hadn't been using my meditation app because prior
Oh.
to there's this app called Insight Timer, and I was using that to help me sleep and get into positive thoughts. But these last few weeks, I've been having like bad dreams. And when I say bad dreams, like dreaming about people that I dated before, but like not good dreams about them. So I don't know. I just really need to get back into the groove of meditating and clearing my head and my space for that. But I also wonder while you were speaking, because I see the sun shining on you so brightly. I wonder if the weather plays a part too, because I noticed with my tweets, a lot of people on the East Coast are saying that they feel the same way as well. It's been a lot of snow over here. It's dark over here. I wonder if that is playing a part with what's going on top of course, COVID.
Oh yeah, I think that definitely plays a part because it rained here yesterday, and I was like, "Really, rain? You just gonna pour and come down like that? Nobody asked you. I mean, I know we need rain, but I'm trying to be
Earth
happy and
said she
bright
need
over
water.
here, right?"
Earth said
Earth,
she needs some water.
she was thirsty, and I'm like, "I'm cool with you drinking more water," but I wasn't ready. But I think with things like that, you just have to find ways to maintain it and keep your mind right for when things like that do happen. So get back into your meditating, drink more water.
Okay, go gulp. Let me take a
Right, drink, take a sip right now, matter of fact.
It's gonna make me burp, I think. I got this sparkling water. Hold on, let me take
I'm
a
not
little
even
sip.
sure if that counts. Like when they say drink a
It
gallon, I don't
was.
think they say drink a gallon of sparkling water.
I don't drink a gallon of sparkling water. This is only 16.9 fluid ounces. But I drink the Essentia or Poland Spring as my regular water.
Okay,
This
okay. I mean,
this
it's
got a
water.
little bubble in it, so it help push through when I can't get that regular 16.9, I get this 16.9 and I get the other 2.9 for the regular one.
You need more ounces than that.
I know.
It's
I
like
know.
64. I think that's half a gallon. Anyway, we're not getting into math right now because that was never my favorite subject. I feel like we should head on over and get with this campus rundown.
Yeah, you go. You do the thing, girl. Do it.
I got you. All right, y'all know what time it is. It is time for me to give you the campus rundown where I let you know everything that you can expect on this here show. Today, in our Icebreaker, the new segment that we added to the show, because that's how me and Yaya met during an icebreaker at the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. We are going to be letting loose and quoting Black movies. We're going to try to figure out if we know these lines for show. Is somebody gonna get their Black card revoked? Find out today in the Icebreaker. Up next, we have Sweet 223, where I'm going to be reciting an original piece entitled Dream. Next up, we are headed over to the CAF, our new hot topic segment, and we're going to be talking Black inventions, Black dollars, just Black on Black on Black in honor of Black History Month. And after that, we are going to be sharing a few Black-owned businesses that we believe that you should know about. And then we're going to be ending, as always, with our announcements with the community news. All right, I'm ready to start this icebreaker. I'm excited about this one. You ready to get started?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So for our icebreaker, we are quoting Black movies. Okay, so Simoné and I are gonna take turns. I'm gonna go first. She's gonna try to guess the movie. She's gonna go. I'll guess her movie. I'll go. She guess my movie. She go. I guess her movie. Hey.
Let's go.
I'm nervous because I feel like my Black card is gonna be snatched, not even taken, just snatched and sliced into pieces. And like I've been working with my family to try to like think of some movies, some lines that I can give, and I'm like, oh my god, like that line, everybody in the world knows that line. Of course, Simone's gonna know that line. Like she does media, this is her thing. So,
but see, you never know. I might get them wrong. I might not recognize it right away. You go ahead. Just let's do it. Let's do it. Because I think with mine too, I'm like, she should know this.
But she ain't gonna know it.
She should know this. I tried to pick something. I'm like, you had to have seen this. I know, and I know you saw them. So, all right, you start and let's just see how this goes. Come on.
All right. When we gonna get together? Not gonna happen. Never. I mean, why don't you just let me finish what I gotta say? I know what you're gonna ask me, Teddy. I know you. And I seen you skate. So that tell me everything I need to know about a man.
Roll bounce. No? Dang. Let me try again.
One more guess.
ATL.
Yeah. I tried to use Nunu voice. That tell me everything I need to know about me.
You know what? I had a feeling. See, I only said roll bounce because I heard the line with skate in it. But I had a feeling that you was going to do ATL. That's why I didn't do no ATL.
That's my favorite.
That's your movie. Okay.
I don't even know why I love that movie, but I do.
This my champ.
All right, your turn.
Okay. She's a hoe because she's sending her coochie through the mail. I mean, she's not saying you're a nice guy and I want to get to know you. She's saying, I want a bone. I know you know this.
I don't know it. I'm gonna be mad if you say that I do know that movie. I feel like somebody just said this line to me too. Can I get options?
No, there is no multiple choice. You want me to say it again, or you want to just try to guess a movie?
It's not Players Club.
Players Club, girl, no.
Alexa, what movie is Simone quoting? Oh my gosh. Jesus. It's not Poetic Justice.
No, it's not. It's Love and Basketball.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
The scene when they was in the car
that
and
is
they was driving
okay.
back from the game.
I knew it sounded familiar because, like I said, my family was trying to help me, and Shania had gave me that line. I was like, I don't know that line. I can't do that one.
Oh, you should have took it.
Dang, I should have wrote it down though. Oh man. Okay. Ooh, my cheeks hurt from laughing. All right, here's my second quote. Dear Lord, I don't know where to begin. Oh, I'll tell you where to begin. Three Negro women are chasing a white police officer down the highway in Hampton, Virginia, 1961. Ladies, there is a God ordained miracle. And tomorrow, I'm riding the bus.
Oh my gosh, I know this movie. Oh my goodness. It's the last line I know.
And tomorrow, I'm riding the bus.
Oh my goodness.
Want me to give you a hint?
Sure.
It was filmed in the AUC. That probably just threw you off.
It did, because the movie that I'm thinking of that I filmed in the AEC, it's not those. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what it is. It's gonna come to me mad later, and I'll have mad later. All right.
Want me to tell you?
Yeah, let's go ahead and tell me.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures. I didn't even know that was filmed in the AEC.
On Morehouse's campus.
Oh,
and you watch the beginning when she's running through past the bathroom. That's the gate by the parking lot, and then the blue building and the scientific buildings that's back there.
Oh,
and then the part is Morehouse too. We should have just picked easy ones.
No, it ain't. It's not that hard. Okay, I know you gonna get this one.
Child.
Somebody need to give that brother a shot of cognac or something. Because for the past 4 years, at the BET Classics, Morris Brown been smacking that ass, smacking that ass.
Oh my God, I'm not black enough.
You know this movie.
Temptation?
No, this ain't the Temptations, honey. The Temptations is, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Everybody know that line. Okay, I'll give you a hint. This was also filmed in the AUC.
Drumline?
Yes.
Oh wow. I was gonna guess my next guess was gonna be Stomp the Yard, which would have been tricky too, because that was the AUC as well. Because you said the smacking that ass part. And you said Morris Brown. That was kind of hard.
I mean, I got plenty more if you want to try another one. Well, let's mosey on over to Suite 2, 2, 3.
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. In this segment of Suite 223, I will be reciting an original piece entitled Dream. I have a dream, just like I had a dream. And I know that my dream can make a difference. Make a difference in your life, make a difference in my own. Make a difference to make things better. Better than before. Before there was no insight, no passion to write, no pen to penetrate my paper, giving life to thoughts unknown. That's my dream. A dream I had, or maybe thought I had that dream, but still my dream. No drama, no tears, no pain, sunshine after the rain, and no one left out in the cold. Positivity and negativity, hand in hand, they work like clockwork. They go around day in and day out. Constantly a reminder that every time the times change, there's no change in getting hurt. See, I had a dream. And I have a dream. Sat around while I was daydreaming, singing in my mind the melody I had rewinded, dreaming. But then I paused, thought a moment. Is it worth dreaming at all? The violence never stopped and the love still fades away. Intriguing to be redeeming sanity with no reality. Help is overrated. Scream but can't be heard. Silence as the cries of the child is smothered and covered by pain, and nobody wants to hear the truth. Lies with no proof. So I'm dreaming and still dreaming. Dreams found and lost in the lost and found, thrown away to never be seen or heard. But I pick them up because they are important. lives and ways to survive. Down on fallen knees, I prayed to be forgiven of all sins. And then I began to see shit that folks are too blind to see or even believe how lost in the matrix they are, having to use their eyes or minds. Never. Not knowing how far they bring each other down, so my dreams remain dreams, just like dreams when I sleep. Sleeping dead, no lifeline, paralyzed by sight, fright. Too much light I bear to see. Because what's the point of life if not to live right? Not tomorrow, not today, not now, but right now. Steady unfocused by things that should never matter most, because what's the dream without the dream, like dreams I've had before? To walk down the street and be treated with respect and not be followed or yelled at. A girl, let me holler. What happened to common decency? Try not to guess about it, just want it to happen. To see others dream for what they believe is right and take a stand. Damn, I'm still dreaming? I can't stop because I have a dream, just like I had a dream, unsure if it's a dream at all. Realizing such lies as so called reality TV. And me, I'm just trying to make it and bring others up with me constantly because I have a dream and will never stop dreaming. Just like the shots that won't stop firing, the babies that won't stop dying, the man who won't stop abusing, the woman who won't stop abandoning, and the children who won't stop disrespecting, the violence that won't decrease, increasing the amount of deceased. See, I know what's going on, not ignorant to what's around me. Find myself drowning in all types of obstacles while learning to swim and able to find a way out, able to breathe, relieved to be alive, but upset that change fails to help the world. Dreams, dreams, and more dreams desired. I'm dreaming, inspired. My dreams admired. Observed and heard, thankful for life. My right place at the right time. Searching for dreams. Want to see change? Be the change. I hold fast to my dreams so that I'll always have a dream. Finally realizing I am the dream.
That was good. I like it. Before you get into your muse or what inspires you to write the piece, I like your wordplay in the poem that you just shared. And when you put hope is overrated, that really stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also said, what's the point of life if not to live right? Of course, it kind of like played with my mental state as far as Martin Luther King because you said dream, right? And then with the help is overrated part, it made me think about our cries for help as far as brothers and sisters being murdered every day. And on social media, we're like saying, I can't breathe or say her name, asking for people to march, asking for people to collect money, just different things. And it's like, yeah, we're getting help or doing these things, but what is our help doing? Like, is it even making a difference in anything? And then you started to say something about a brother following you down the street. Initially, I thought about the cops following us, like not letting us have our space and always, being uncomfortable because you're always being watched in a negative way. But then I think you used the word, I can't remember what the word was, but I feel like it was brother or something. And that made me think of like dudes trying to holler at you. So both of those is like uncomfortable, whether it's a cop following you and it's like, dang, what did I do wrong? Or somebody that you just don't want their attention or don't want to be bothered, making you feel uncomfortable too. So yeah, those are the things that was in my mind that I can remember because I couldn't type everything down. But I liked it and I want to know, of course, what was your what inspired you to write this piece and what message were you, aside from repeating your message in a quick synopsis, what were you hoping that the people would take away from this?
So, fun fact, I originally wrote this piece my senior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was inspired by Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, but I always wondered, what is my dream and what does my reality look like? So taking my inspiration from his speech, I was like, well, I want to express to the world the dream that I have and the things that I see every single day from my perspective. So that's where it originally came from. So I wanted to send a message as a way to have people like wake up and stop sleeping. Because also one thing that I did learn, because I have a line in there about the Matrix.
Yeah.
One of my favorite classes was an elective class that I had. It was called Triumph, trying to uplift my folks. That was the name of the elective class. And we had a lesson on the Matrix and comparing it to life scenarios and how people aren't really living their lives, you know, as they should in comparison to that. So I used the lessons that I learned from that to create inside outside view of the world that we live in. And I eventually ended up taking this piece and using it as inspiration for my short film entitled Dream that took place in Oakland. And I used the poem to help me raise money for the film.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I didn't know it was a old piece.
Yes.
Not calling you old, but that was cool. And it shows how it doesn't matter when something can be written, but one, it shows how relevant something that you wrote a long time ago could be used for today, and also that history repeats itself.
Exactly.
Oh, that was the same thing. But the other thing I meant was with art, the person that's creating the art, whether it's somebody that's writing it or whether it's somebody who's drawing it, has a perspective, but it can be seen and heard in different perspectives. There's no right or wrong when it comes to art.
Amen.
But yeah, kudos to you. Shout out to you for writing that piece.
Thank you. I'm glad it still hits, you know, like today. The fact that, like how you said, history repeats itself, but art never dies.
Right.
So I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was definitely great to go down memory lane as far as jumping back into 17-year-old me and thinking about the different things that I saw during that time that inspired me to write every single line. So, and then ultimately the film. I should probably share the film too. I haven't shared that film in a long time. So yeah, a poem I wrote when I was 17 was my inspiration for a short film in grad school.
Look at God working.
Look at him. All right. Now we've completed our poetic segment, so you know what time it is. Give it to him, honey.
Hot topics.
Yeah.
Getting better with time, like wine. All right, y'all. Welcome to the caf. Monie and I are swiping y'all in. Make sure you don't tell Miss, what's that lady that used to sit at the door? Miss Jessie.
Yeah, oh yeah, Miss Jessie.
Don't tell Miss Jessie, y'all. We're gonna swipe y'all into the caf. Where we are gonna be talking about all black everything. Okay,
everything
black, everything black. Okay, black inventions, black dollars in a black community.
Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, pow. How you like
black, black, black.
So our first question, how can we circulate the black dollar more within our own community?
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's speak on it. But before I do, I would like to mention how the dollar circulates in multiple communities. So,
okay.
And this information comes from the blackstarproject.org. 6 hours within the black community, the dollar circulates. 17 days in the white community, 20 days in the Jewish community, and 30 days in the Asian community. I'm saying one more again for the people in the back that wasn't listening. Mm-hmm. So 6 hours in the black community, 17 days in the white community, 20 days in the Jewish community, and 30 days in the Asian community.
For the people who don't know, what does that mean?
How long our money stays within our community. So the way that we're spending our dollars. Thanks. Yeah. So like every time I buy something, the money that's going in and out, it only stays within the black community for 6 hours.
6 hours.
Compared to other communities, 17 days, 20
That's a quarter of a day. A quarter of a day. Y'all can't hold on to y'all dollar for a quarter of a day.
Now, of course, I'm not an expert on economics or the racial wealth gap, but I believe that spending more of our money with Black-owned businesses will be a great place to start, because 6 hours is less than a typical workday.
Right.
How is it possible for our community to only have our dollars circulating for that long? How can we get up to having our dollars circulating for 30 days at a time? Like
Right.
30 days is a month. So it doesn't seem like it will be something that's difficult to do, but I think it's also a great question to think about. Well, how many Black businesses do we
Even
actually
have.
have,
Yeah.
right, to even spend our dollars with them? And aside from that, do we even have the money to spend within our communities? And then I also wonder, are we even willing to support our own? It's one thing if we have the funds or not. Are we willing to support one another within our own community to ensure that our dollars are continued to circulate more often, longer? So I don't know if you've seen the documentary on Netflix, Trigger Warning with Killer Mike. It's a docuseries. It pretty much follows him on a day-to-day where he decides to only buy daily essentials from Black owned brands and businesses
Oh, cool.
to reduce the money spent in other communities. It's actually pretty dope. I think you should check it out. Everybody should watch it when they have a moment.
Okay.
But during the series, while he was in Athens, Georgia, he chose to sleep on a park bench for a night because there were no Black-owned hotels nearby. So it's like, it's also a matter of like, where are we? We have to consider that
Wow.
too. Are there Black businesses everywhere? You know what I'm saying? I think there's going to be some missed opportunity in regards to how we spend our money with Black businesses if they're not around. You know, not to say that there aren't any Black-owned hotels, but specifically in that area, there wasn't one. And so since he was choosing to stay with his goal, he chose to sleep on a park bench.
Wow.
So he soon came to realize that living completely Black is definitely going to be hard. So I believe that this may exist somewhere, but this is just how I see it in my mind. I would love to walk into, whether it was a strip mall or small town community with a bunch of buildings, however you want to call it, an outlet.
I was about to say, girl, you go to the West End.
Even all those businesses not Black.
I know.
But I really envision in my mind a one-stop shop for all things Black owned, from beauty supplies to buying your clothes, grocery stores, restaurants, getting my nails done, my hair done, going to a tire shop, getting my car fixed, getting my taxes done, finding a real estate agent, just for miles. Just having a community where it's my people, and everything we have within however much space it is, these blocks, these walls, this condominium, whatever the space is, it's all ours. I guess my vision is similar to what Black Wall Street was in Tulsa.
Right.
That's what I envision. Like, why can't we have that now? I wonder, like, why is it so hard to get back to that? And in figuring that out, that would be a great way to circulate our dollars within our own community. Because if we have that, how can our dollars not flourish 30 days at a time?
Right. I 100% agree. I think that will be the most beautiful thing. And hearing stories of it, because supposedly all the articles that we are reading is some stuff have been pulled from it, because per Charlie Wilson, if you said anything, then the whites will be after you to kill you. Like, it was a better keep your mouth closed, or we're gonna take your life and your family stuff, everything that you have. But the fear is that if we do rebuild, is it going to be taken from us again? Like the Tulsa riot in 1921, they had all these things that you're speaking of. I don't know how big the community was, like how many miles or anything, but I know they had everything. They didn't have to leave outside of their community to go anywhere else because they had it all. But it was taken from them. And then think about this past election that we just had. We see how they behave when they don't get their way. Like, when they get mad, they go crazy, and then they try to point fingers at us and say, "Oh, but what about when the blacks was looting and the black was fighting?" No, we weren't acting like that, honey. So that's my thing of like, that's the whole thing about going back to your poem.
Right.
history repeating itself over and over again. So that's the big fear. I feel like we are capable of a people to do it. It's just the protection factor of it is like we can't never have shit. Like they always coming for everything that we have. Everything that we have, they're coming for.
Right. We put a little seasoning on it. And they wanna, we
Girl,
jazz it up, and then you want to take it away. You was bland when you had it. We've added some seasoning on it, and now you want to try to take it back. This tastes delicious.
even the stuff that's had now, like all the things that we have now, I'm sure it has a black hand on it or a black name on it. Like even when you were talking about the hotels, he had to sleep on the park bench because there wasn't a black hotel. In my head, like while you're talking about it, I'm envisioning there had to be a motel nearby or a boarding room or something nearby, but we don't want to stay. And when I say we, I mean like the bougie wees or the upper wees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, Tulsa, that was like the upper black class or whatever. I believe so. I might be wrong, but we don't want to stay in a motel or a boarding room. We want to stay at the W hotel. We want to stay somewhere that feels nice and things like that. But in order to get to that, we have to support one another with the small parts that we have in order to be able to invest and get the bigger parts that we have. Like even I don't know if this relates, but it relates in my mind. So let's see how it sounds when I say it out loud. But I remember there was a debate on Twitter. People were making it seem bad for some people to own a home because somebody said I would rather own my home than to rent. And then the renters were like, "Oh, well, I would rather rent because you're not going to own it anyway. It's going to take you X amount of years um, to be able to have that in your name. That's not really your house. That's the bank's house, and you're stuck in it for X amount of years, opposed to whenever you want to leave. If you're renting, whenever you want to leave, you can leave. But if you're owning it and paying mortgage and stuff, then you stuck with it for the rest of eternity. So that's my whole thing of like the fear of us not being able to progress in that way because some people think like that.
But who's to say that don't want to own my own place? Who's to say I'm getting ready to get up and go? Or who's to say I can't own multiple properties and build generational wealth for my family? I
Mm-hmm.
have this property, I have this property. Once it's paid off, it's mine. But there's a process in regards to paying things off. Now, if I had the money just paid in full, I just paid in full, but I ain't got it like that. I'm
Right.
going taking the proper steps in order to have what I want for the future, so that my family down the line doesn't have to worry about what I had to worry about because I set them up for greatness. All they have to do is maintain it, which is why it's
Right.
important within the Black community. There should be emphasis on like don't sell like grandma's place, like don't sell like the things that you own, don't sell it, hold on to it, build on it, rent it out if you need to, don't sell it. It's sometimes it becomes an issue, like when somebody passes on, like money becomes like a big factor as
Mm-hmm.
far as like continuing on the legacy of the person that passed. Like if
Right.
they set it up for you to have this, you should take care of it and maintain it. Also, on top of that, I feel like there is a lack of education in regards to how to spend the money, save the money, invest the money, how to have more assets opposed to having a bunch of liabilities, because that's also a reason as to why money isn't used properly, or people having this mentality of working just to pay the bills, and not working to, I guess, fulfill their lives. I feel like generationally we have a due diligence to try to change the message, to change the course of history, to do better. I feel like we should try to do that, just like how my parents strive and persevere to make sure that I had a better life than they did. I should be doing the same thing for my children, and so on and so forth, to ensure that going through life, we just continue building, because it's going to take some time for us to actually get what we really want, as far as like having this big community again. It's going to take some time, but if we're not building towards that, we're never going to get it.
I think what you started with is the reason why we're stagnant because people don't have the education. People don't have the mentors or the examples in front of them, right? So like I remember, for example, when I was younger, I quote unquote didn't believe in getting married because I didn't have an example in my family of people who were married or had a successful marriage. What I saw was people having boyfriend girlfriends getting together and breaking up, getting together and breaking up, or divorces, or my great grandma and great grandpa married legally on paper, but they're separated. So I saw all of that. So these people may just have a line of family members all renting, opposed to let's all get together and buy a house together. Um, let's like you said, oh, let me sell grandma house real quick because I want to move into this apartment. But you, why would you sell a house that you own just to go rent somewhere else? So
Right.
it's the education factor that's missing, but it's also with our family too, not just on us, but we have to be responsible to bridge that gap where our family members failed and didn't teach us, hey, I did this to get this house, I did this to open my business. Um, like you see, I think we talked about this before. We see little Rico going to the corner store every day after school to work with his father and his grandpa, and I'm sure little Rico is learning how to
Right.
maintain the shop and what to do and everything. So when grandpa passes and when daddy opens up another business, Rico could take over grandpa's business. So yeah, that is another way we can circulate within our business, sorry, within our community. But for me specifically with this question, the one thing we often hear people shout out is support small black businesses, or more specifically, support local small black businesses. So it sounds like, or it may be the most popular or newest jargon that we're using right now, but it's real. We're busting our asses working for the man every night and day to secure a check just to run it up the next day, or running it up before we even get a chance to get the check in our hand.
Who's spending it before you even see it?
Right, like our credit cards and stuff. Like you just said, um, we're working just to pay our bills. We're working just to give the money right back. But what do you
Mm-hmm.
see at the end of the day? I'm sure a lot of us, we see negatives with our dollar amounts. Um, so we're giving money to the man, and when I say the man, I mean a white man. Like, yeah, your boss and your supervisor might be black, but above them and above them, I'm sure it's a white person sitting up there. So we're giving our money back to them opposed to our brothers and sisters. Like y'all be so quick to repost, and I know these aren't white people, but just like thinking about it like this, y'all be so quick to repost repost Ralph Lauren or Gucci real quick, but you ain't going to repost your best friend down the street who's making some nice clothes that like is great quality, but you're not reposting them. So that kind of like a small example of us supporting bigger corporations or the white people opposed to supporting our own. And then I also think about New York, right? Like every time I go to New York, I'm amazed when I see the Asian culture or the Asian community flourishing, right? They have this whole community there with food markets, fresh fish markets, technology, apparel, like anything you name it, they have it. Home decor, all of it, like within this big community in New York, and they're doing it. Like it's amazing. Like I since I was a little kid till now, it's still there up and running. So I suppose that in their communities is being maintained because one, their people are shopping there. They probably don't
Mm-hmm.
go elsewhere. They're always shopping there for what it is that they need, the essential needs, everything. And then two, outside of that, you got people like me that's so amazed by it that I want to go there and shop too. Like this food is fresh. Oh, they got the Chinese slippers. They got everything here. I want to go shop there too. So their money is circulating, and they're getting my money, which is black people's money, circulating within their communities as well. And that's how it's being kept up. But then it kind of goes back to what I said earlier. Yeah, we are capable of having a community like this, or we did have a community like this, but the fear of somebody coming and stealing it from us. I don't know why I feel like we're the targeted people. Like I wouldn't want anything to happen to the Asian community and somebody take their stuff. But in modern day, like if it does happen, that would be a beautiful thing to see. But then remember that time when I ordered from this quote unquote black company. Like they said they wanted me to be an ambassador and all this stuff, and I got mad. So then, like I don't want to get into the story of what happened, but there was a black owned company on social media that I supported, but it took months for my products to come, and they were saying that they were US based, etc. So nothing that they were saying makes sense. When I looked into it, their stuff, they weren't black owned. And then the way that they were speaking to me in the messages, I was like, if you were black, you would not say this to me. You wouldn't even use this context or the way that you're speaking like that. So with this whole
Mm.
hashtag black owned business, I feel like it is so much power in that. There's so much power in the word black owned business that people are just using it and putting a label, stamping a label of black owned, because they know if somebody see that, they're gonna want to support just because. Oh, a black owned soap. I just want to support you, my brother, my sister. Black t-shirts. Let me get 5 t-shirts from you real quick, and then you find out if it's good. If it's good, oh, let me keep getting that black soap. Let me keep telling people about it. But at least like somebody's reaching out their arm wanting to do it because hashtag black owned business has so much power in it. So if that has so much power in it, imagine if we actually took the time to get a community where there's a black owned grocery store, tech store, apparel store, etc. Everything that we needed to do. So then when I'm taking my money out of my pocket, I'm putting it into Monie's pocket. She's putting it into her mom's pocket. She's putting it in
Yes.
Phil's pocket, and it's just circling around one another, opposed to taking it out of our community and making another community more rich. And I'm not saying this in a way that I'm saying, okay, we need to get rid of everybody else, but we need to empower ourselves too. Who cares for us but us?
Right. And I want to touch on real quick what you said about businesses pretending to be black owned, because that happens more often than none. And some people just don't want to believe it. But there are people out here posing to be black businesses because they know we are looking to spend our money with
Right.
black businesses. I bet you it's a whole bunch of black owned businesses that's them popped up for Black History Month, because black businesses just so happen to be
Girl.
popping in February. And now all of a sudden, support black owned business, support black owned business. I feel like there should be something, like some type of symbol or something of some sort, a bat signal, something, a seal that can identify legit black owned businesses and somehow, some way eliminate all these other companies that are trying to pretend to be us and take our money from us because they know we popping.
Mhm.
We don't have time for that. Like we need something like an application that needs to be filled out for something to show on your website, on your online store, that you are a legit black owned business.
Yeah, because you mentioned this to me before, so I wholeheartedly agree, especially after I just recalled that information. Like, I was so mad. Like, for you to be a black business, you talking to me like that, and then your stuff is shipping from China, and the nylon or the whatever the word and stuff is coming off. Are you serious? You're not black. And then the Instagram page was private, and like all this stuff. I was like, okay, this is not black owned. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
All right, let me get off my tangent real quick.
Fake black businesses are real.
Yeah. All right, next question. What should we do to rid this crab in the barrel mentality, sorry, we as a people tend to have, and have our businesses and community flourish?
From my perspective, I believe that we can do just 3 things. 3 things just to start. Share knowledge, reach back, and support. That's literally it. As far as sharing knowledge, why are we harboring information? Why are we not letting other people know, how did you get to where you were? Like, you don't need to give me this very vague bit of information on your story. Like, I want to know the lessons that you learned along the way. What resources did you use? What mistakes had you made that now you're like, you will never do that again? So that someone else coming behind you can know what steps that they could possibly take. Let them be inspired by you. Like, people reach out to you, like people reaching out to us if they were to ask, like, oh, how did you publish your book? Like, people have asked me that before, and I literally just tell them, this is what we did. We decided to make this decision. This is the website we used. This is how you can self-publish your book. I'm not going to harbor that information from you. I'm going to freely share the knowledge, and you can take the knowledge that I give you and do what you want with it. I'm not going to hold it from you. It's the same thing with financial literacy. How did you get to where you are? How did you get that house? How did you get that car? How were you able to begin generational wealth for your family? Like, how did that start? Who taught you what you know? What can you teach me? Let's pass that along. I feel like we can build as a community by sharing knowledge, opposed to being like, no, I'm not about to give you that information. I don't want you trying to be like me. Why can't I be inspired by you? Why can't your story may have been the one to want me to push and be like, all right, you know what? If he could do it, if she can do it, damn it, I could do it too. I just want to know how they did it.
Yeah.
Opposed to me just wandering around aimlessly trying to figure it out on my own.
And I know that's why a lot of people shut down too. When I say a lot of people, I'm talking about Yaya. Because being afraid of like people not wanting to help you. Like even thinking about at work, right? People don't talk about their salaries. People don't talk about the bonuses or anything that they got. People don't talk about what's coming up next for them until they get it. Everything is like a hush hush kind of thing. So I guess that's an example of a crab in the barrel kind of situation too. But that's really generous of you, Simone, for wanting to share with people and talk about how you got to where you are or how you're getting to where you're going. Because a lot of people, they don't mind sharing after they got there, after the fact. But they'll tell you when once they got there, okay, I'll bring you up. You could like be under me kind of thing. I guess they don't share where they're going while they're going because of competition. Like if I teach you, are you going to be better than me when it comes time to decipher? Only one person can hold that spot. Is it going to be me or is it going to be that person? And I'm not going to let you take that spot. So I'll tell you after I get there.
See, no. The only people that we need to be competing with are ourselves. We shouldn't be looking at the next person trying to figure out, well, how can I up one on them? Even though that's how some people actually are. But I feel like if more people actually collaborated and were willing to work with the people that are within their same community, there's so much that can pop and flourish if people were just all on the same page. Not to say that there aren't people that are on the same page, but I feel like there are more people who just want to try to do it on their own and be so independent and not want to share like how they're doing what they're doing. But you can't go so far by yourself. At some point, you're going to have to build a team, which brings me to my next point, which is the importance of reaching back. I have a philosophy that when I get to a certain point, no matter what point it is, it doesn't matter like how much money I'm making, if I'm able to reach back and bring somebody up with me that I know is capable of doing the job, whatever it may be, I'm going to reach back to my community and do that, whether it's friend, family member, somebody I knew from high school, whether it's recommending them for a position that I know they'll be great for, like a photography position, somebody that's maybe a really dope mentor or teacher or a real estate agent. Like, oh, I recommend this person. I know they're doing great. Let your folks know about each other. Like, recommend somebody. Somebody recommended me today to take pictures for someone else because they love the pictures that I took for them. So now that is being passed along, keeping it within the community. I feel as if sometimes people can get stuck on the fact that they too busy trying to get a discount because it's black owned. Can I get a discount? Can you hook me up? Pay me my worth. I love you, my brother, my sister, but you're not going and asking Becky for a discount. Why are you asking me for a discount? Pay me my worth. If you can go to them and pay them what they're worth, you can do the same thing for me, especially if my work is of quality.
Right.
Hashtag my work is of quality. Don't try to downplay what I do by trying to ask me for a discount. Now, I may have some type of discount for you coming back a second time. But if you never even give me the opportunity to show you what I'm capable of for what it is that you need, then you will never know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people are always willing to negotiate, but stop trying to get stuff for free because we both black.
Right, and that's the key point. That's the key point right there because we both black. Because you ain't going inside Gucci asking for a discount. You ain't going inside like these other stores asking for a discount. But when it comes to a small business or your friend, you asking for a discount. That's the person that you should be wanting to pay more money to and support wholeheartedly. Because honestly, when we're giving these discounts, we're taking money from ourselves. So it's like, okay, this product costs $15. We're giving you a 50% discount. So while you're only paying $7.50, we're paying the other $7.50 of it, because these other corporations, they have the loans or they have the means to do that. So they're still making their money either way, because it probably only cost them $50 to make the shirt that they're charging you $500 for. So of course they can give you a discount. But when it comes to small businesses or a lot of us, that's not the case.
Which brings me to my last point: support. Something as simple as a like, a comment, hitting the subscribe button. Y'all hear it a million times. That is support. Sharing a blog, sharing a page, sharing a product, hitting the share button. You don't even necessarily have to buy. I've heard many times from people like, oh, I'm going to buy something. I'd be like, okay, that's cool. If you have the money and the opportunity to do it and you remember that you actually was going to buy one of my products, more power to you. I appreciate you. I love you. I won't forget it. But if you're not able to do that, that doesn't bother me either. It's the fact that you actually share what I have to offer with others and someone else that may be interested in what I have. Because what I'm selling, you may not necessarily want to buy. Just because I'm black don't mean you have to buy it. It might not be your cup of tea. I'm not for everybody. But when you share it, I can most likely be for somebody else, depending on who comes across the content that you shared. It's just about, if you love me and you truly do support me, there's so many different ways that you can support my business without actually having to spend a dime. Simple way to keep things within the community, and not necessarily saying like, oh, only black people can buy. No, that's not it. But we're trying to build and create more within our own community. So you just never know. Just share the knowledge, reach back when you can, bring people up with you, and show your support when you can. Support is simple. It's not rocket science to support somebody, especially if you claim that you really rock with them, that's your person. Support them. You don't have to fake the
Or
funk.
even if it's not your person, if somebody comes across your discovery page or something like that, it's free to like, it's free to repost, it's free to share. Like I said earlier, people are quick to like, comment, post, repost, all this stuff. Beyonce, Cardi B, but when it's their friend down the street who do the same thing, y'all like it. Why does it take you to see all these other people liking and showing support for you to show support too? If you like it. Now, I'm not saying that if you don't like it, don't, don't feel pressure to just share because that's your homeboy. Like, if it's not going along with what that you support or anything like that, then don't do it. But if it's something that you genuinely like, go ahead and share it.
Right, because just because it's black owned don't mean it's a great product. Like, some people still need to work on like their business savvy and their customer service. Like, just because it's black don't mean that's where it's
Yeah.
at.
And then that too, like, even if that's your friend, like Simone, if you made some shea butter and you like, oh my god, yeah, this is the best shea butter, girl, blah blah blah, and then you give it to me or I buy it from you and I use it, as your friend, I'm gonna come to you and say, Simone, what's in here? Like, it gave me a rash, or what's in here? I don't like the smell, or it's when you gave it to me, I was able to, rub it together or whatever, but now it's solidified, like something's wrong. What I'm doing right now is reviewing it with you, right? Letting you know and honestly
Mm-hmm.
critiquing what's going on. That don't mean I need to go on your Instagram and blast you for it, but share a review. That's not going to hurt me. That's going to let me know, okay, I need to go back and fix something about this. Because I would hate for somebody else who I don't know to get it in their hands and they're like, oh, that Simone shea butter stuff is trash. Like, dang, yeah, why did my friends tell me that? My friends didn't have the same view. We a lot of times
Right.
are so afraid to hurt each other's feelings. That's not hurting feelings. That's bringing each other up and, you know, criticizing in a way that's not a negative criticism, but like a positive review to help me realize that I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what is it that is causing the rash or the smell or the consistency in the product.
Right. It goes back to mindset, building that positive wall again. Like, just because somebody gives you what seems like a negative review, take a positive outlook on it. At least they told you. And now you can go back and try to say, well, let me check to see if this happened with anybody else,
Right.
or something of that nature. Let me see if I can perfect my product. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just because it's a negative review doesn't mean you have to look at it from a negative
Right.
perspective.
I think initially we had to find out why this mentality exists in the first place. Each time I hear the
Hmm.
terminology, it makes me think about like Mr. Krabs or my supervisor that had at my old job. Because all Mr. Krabs think about is money, 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 money. Like he don't care about how you getting it or anything like that. If you need to work overtime, if you need to come up with a secret sauce or whatever, you better do what you got to do so he can get his money. My supervisor, she was an old supervisor I had. She was black. She was Haitian, and when I first got to that job, I was excited, to see a black leader, like somebody who was in black. She was a
Hmm.
director, somebody with power, and then to know that what school she went to and everything like that, I was like, okay. I kind of looked at her instead of a director. I looked at her as a mentor, and like I came to her with all these ideas, and she was like, yeah, 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 you can go about doing it, etc. And then it, it didn't end up turning out that way. It was just like basically she, and I heard from other people too, she was just like doing whatever she could do and using whoever she can in order to get to the position that she needed to be at. And then like if you were for her and working with her, then she was for you and like smiling in your face and everything like that. But if you ever went against her or wasn't doing those things that she wanted you to do or things like that, then she was against you. And then it even got to a point where like she would rarely speak to me if it wasn't work related. But then when I turned in my letter of resignation, she didn't speak to me at all or look at me at all. And like I knew she at that time was like looking for a different job, but it was kind of like I beat everybody else to the punch that was trying to get out of there to looking for a job. I don't know what it was for, but it was like it literally hurt my little feelings that this person who I came into this job was a director, black, and I thought it was gonna be my mentor, became a nightmare. A person who would like give me false hope and false dreams of me being able to do these projects and bring these new ideas into the facility, and just like the same person shutting me down, the same person talking about me behind my back, the same person uh knowing that I was doing the work that should have been probably three times or twice my salary, and then saying no when I ask for more money, or oh, this is all they have, or take it or leave it kind of situation. So I feel like she was working and doing what she needed to do to make sure she got what she needed, but when it came to helping somebody else, it didn't matter. So I wonder, are these things innate, or are these people real visions of it takes the competition aspect of that's the only way to succeed in life, for me to climb on top of other people, that's the only way? Or is it that they learned these things when they were younger, that this is what they need to do in order to achieve or succeed in America?
Yeah, it could honestly be a combination of both. Like seeing what they taking what they learned as a child, taking in account like the environment that they grew up in, or maybe even the schools that they went to, and maybe they didn't have the experience as a child as far as being able to, I guess, come up or being the most popular or being the most seen. But now, as an adult, they're going to do whatever it takes to get to where they need to be because they're so used to being the underdog. Like, oh, well, I'm just, you know what? I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that I can to just to be on top because I'm not going to be at the bottom no more. So some people have the mentality, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it by any means necessary. And I don't care who I got to chop, block, and stop along the way.
But I really think that, like, I think all of the points that you brought up were really great.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that when it gets to a point when this Black Wall Street comes back up or Black community comes back up, there's no way. And I can tell you this now, even with this movement that we have, like with the marches and everything, we all weren't on the same page with that.
Right.
And a lot of us, I always think about this Tyra Banks episode that I saw where this girl was black, like she had nice dark skin, but she swore up and down she was white. She was like, I'm not black. So what I'm saying is, it's not going to be 100% of us that are for this movement or for this cause, but for those who are interested, when it comes time, and somebody pushes and taps on the ball until the ball starts rolling, it's gonna take some, like you said, education, and then
Mm-hmm.
tapping into the mentality, the mental state, to make sure that we all understand what's going on. We all understand that it's teamwork that makes the dream work,
Come on.
not okay, a hierarchy. I'm on top, these people under me, etc., etc. Like, even thinking about places of employment, yeah, I'm the general director, or I have a high position in the job, but that doesn't mean I talk down to the mailman or the janitor or people like that. Like, we all have a role that is essential.
Come
That's
on.
the key word of
Yeah,
2020.
yeah.
Essential, right? Like, even when it came time to that, like, I remember when the schools here closed, everybody else was out of work for a while, but guess who was still working? The janitors, because
Right.
they needed to make sure that the school was still clean and everything. So, people matter. We can't talk down to each other. We have to make sure that we're all working together in order to make our community flourish.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
All right, so we are going to move into another part of the calf, where we are going to highlight some Black inventors. With doing this part, Simone and I did our research, and we try to find some inventions that are not always talked about. We always talk about the air conditioner, we always talk about the stoplight, we always talk about peanuts, but there are other inventors, both modern and back in the day, that Simona and I are gonna highlight right now. And I didn't look at your notes, Monie, so whoever you share today is gonna be new information for me.
All right.
So I'm gonna read one, you read one, X, Y, and Z. Okay.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right. First up is Lisa Glopter. I hope that I'm saying your name correctly. She is the creator of what we now know as the GIF, the GIF, which is the moving videos and pictures that we send each other and our text messages, Twitter, all of that stuff. So shout out to her for having created that. She is a computer scientist, technologist, and chief executive who contributed to developing animated GIFs and shockwave technology, paving the way for internet animation and online video. Lisa has worked on several pioneering internet technologies and created products that have been used by billions of people, including Shockwave, Hulu, and the accent of online video. Most recently, she worked at the White House, girl,
Ooh.
serving as a chief digital service officer for the Department of Education. Shout out to her. Yes,
Yes.
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Hey, girl. Yes. I love me a good GIF. I talk in
I
GIF.
know, right?
GIFs.
I texting you.
GIFs is my language. Shoot.
And you know what's also cool before you jump into yours?
Mhm.
I know, like, the air conditioner was a mistake. Like, a lot of the inventions that we have, the things that we have now, were
Right.
mistakes. So I wonder if her GIF was like a mistake, like she was trying to do something else, but then somebody else peeped over her shoulder, like, "Oh, that look cool. Keep that." Oh, that's a GIF, yes.
Right. I wonder what the acronym is. I feel like GIF stands for something.
Ah,
Technology wise, something
right.
that we could look up. All right. So first on my list, I have Henry A. Jackson. He improved the invention of the kitchen table.
Oh,
So on October 6, 1896, Henry A. Jackson, an African American cabinet maker, got a patent for his design of the kitchen table. At that time, kitchen counters or islands weren't famous yet. He thought of organizing the kitchen with the use of the kitchen table to be used for dining and preparation of meals. His unique adaptation was for use in small rooms. It had pull out shelves and cutting boards, which slid back into the table when it wasn't in use and had storage underneath,
okay. Details.
right? Some have misrepresented his patent as inventing the kitchen table, which is not a claim that he made. However, his unique compact table design was certainly inventive in 1896. Okay, he added some seasoning to the kitchen table. Can I get an amen?
Right. That's cool. All the little details and stuff that he added to the table. I didn't know that.
Can I get a kitchen table like that? Like now, do they make kitchen
Right.
tables like that to this day? Like with some drawers and stuff in it? I mean, we have countertops to prepare our food on and stuff, but shoot.
Yeah, I
Do
haven't.
they make tables like that now?
I don't know. That would be cool to see one though. You got islands like that, the islands,
That is
but
true.
not the tables though. All right, so our next inventors are Mary and Mildred Davidson. All right, so they had three things that they
Ooh,
created.
okay. Come to 3 inventions.
First up is the sanitary belt. Do you know what that is?
Sanitary belt.
Yeah.
I know what a sanitary napkin is.
Okay, so you close. The sanitary belt is an elastic band used to hold women's sanitary napkin in place, patent in 1956. So before
Wait. What was the pad doing before they made the belt? It had no wings.
it wasn't always,
It wasn't always. It didn't have no wings.
it had a sticky part or nothing. I guess they probably just used a napkin, like how you use a cloth napkin, and just sit it in their pants or something, or they skirts, and just had to clean it out. Oh gosh. Thank God for whoever created the always pass. Salute to you. Thank you. But Mary and Mildred, from whatever cloths and stuff that they had before, they figured that, girl, sister, we need something to hold this in place because mine keep falling all over the place. So in 1956, they patented the sanitary belt. And then later on in 1959, they created the carrier attachment for the walker. So after her sister developed multiple sclerosis, Mary patented the carrier. I guess she said, you know what, my sister is using this walker, but I'm not about to hold her phone. Well, she probably had no phone, but you know her makeup and all this other stuff. I'm about to get her a bag for her walker and put an attachment on that. So that's what was patented in 1959. And then in 1982, they got tired of dirt and bugs and everything getting on their tissue. So they created the tissue holder. You know, the little plastic thing that holds your tissue in the bathroom? Instead of it sitting on the floor or on the back of the toilet or on a sink, they created the tissue holder. Now, I don't know if your tissue go backwards or forward. That's another story. But either way your tissue go, you could put it on a holder that was patented in 1982.
Wait, so is it the tissue holder that sits separately from the toilet, like when you put extra tissue, or the one that's like usually on a wall?
It ain't tell me that much, but it just
it
showed like the drawing of the plastic part that go in and out with the elastic that go.
Oh, the piece that goes in the middle of the tissue.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's most likely the one
on the wall
attached to the wall.
Yeah.
So you can get your tissue. Oh, we need that.
I think the new ones, like you're talking about, like people have them on the floor and it holds all the tissue on it.
Yeah, the extra tissue, so you don't have
stuff like that is more modern, probably.
Well, it said 1982. That's not that long ago.
Where you right, but somebody else will something else because I'm tired of running to the closet with my pen. So I'm gonna use this extra piece.
All right. Next on my list, I have Sarah Boone.
Oh, I like her name.
Who improved the ironing board. Sarah Boone was an African-American inventor best known for her patented improvements to the ironing board.
Okay.
She was one of the first African-American women to receive a patent in United States history. Her invention was made from a narrow wooden board that had collapsible legs with the entire device having a padded cover. Prior to this invention, the most common solution was a simple plank of wood placed across a pair of chairs. So once again, we done added some seasoning to y'all plain little inventions. She added the legs and the ironing board that most of us use today. I don't know about using no wood in between two chairs. The improvement to the ironing board. Yes, Sarah Boone. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
I mean, the plank, it reminds me, is similar to the those tabletop ironing boards, the little ones like we had like in college.
Yeah.
I had one. I think you had a big ironing board.
I did.
One of them little ones that you just sit on the tabletop that had like a little thing that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. That's what I think of when I think like that's probably somebody come out. Oh, they had a wooden plank. Maybe make something small like that for the counter. But
No.
thank you for the improvement, girl. Thank you.
Next up, we have somebody who we really, really, really want to thank. Our world is really dangerous, and this person and her husband, Marie Van Britton Brown, and her partner Albert Brown, decided to come up with the home security system.
Ooh.
So the home security system was patented in 1966, again, which wasn't too long ago. It consisted of 4 peepholes, a sliding camera, TV monitors, 2-way microphones, and an alarm button that could be pressed and immediately notify police. The reason why this was inspired was because there was a high crime rate in her Queens neighborhood. Marie and her partner Albert, they didn't work standard working hours. So I believe they both worked in a hospital. So they didn't work a quote unquote typical 9 to 5 or anything like that. And there was not always somebody home to check on what was going on. So a lot of times when their calls were going for emergencies, of course, in the Black community, even today, the cops don't come running ASAP. So she created this home security system with her husband. So then things can be recorded at X, Y, and Z, figure out what's going on, protect their home.
All right, home security system. I love it. That's pretty dope though to come up with that system. Like, look, the cops ain't coming. We not home.
Right.
Our home needs to be watched when we're not
Right.
here. What can we create? I love it. Shout out to y'all. Okay, so last on my list, I have Alfred L. Crow, who invented the ice cream scoop. He was a businessman who worked for his father in the carpentry trade. He later moved to Washington, D.C., where he attended Wayland Seminary, a branch of the National Theological Institute. He then moved to Pittsburgh and worked at a hotel drugstore where he noticed that ice cream servers were having a hard time inserting chunks of ice cream into a cone. Crow's invention was originally called the ice cream mold and disher and was designed to keep ice cream and other foods from sticking. So that ice cream scoop that y'all be using, but out. Alfred L. Crow invented the ice cream scoop.
That's cool.
I appreciate that. I ain't got to use no regular old spoon trying to get the ice cream out of there. I can just run my little ice cream scoop under some hot water. Boom. And it fits the shape of the cone. He put some thought into that.
For me, it's the how it looks. Like, it looks cute when it's in those little shapes and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I still use the regular spoon for myself at home. But if I have guests, I'm gonna pull out the ice cream scooper. And if I go to the ice cream shop or something, I would want them to use the ice cream scoop so that my pictures of my ice cream bowl look good.
Yes, I appreciate all these wonderful inventions that I didn't even know were made by my people until I looked it up.
Right.
I especially love the fact that some of these inventions were improvements.
Yeah.
Seasoning. I'm going to say it again. We add seasoning and flavor. I love it.
Everything. Not just food.
Right.
All right, so I had another question, which is asking, is there anything you wanted to create as a child or even as an adult? So for me, I remember my Spanish class, we had to make a invention. And it's funny that my invention is now real life. So what I did was I had this like little makeup kit, which was a bottom box part. And then this top, on the top, it lifted up to become a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I emptied the bottom part. I took all the makeup and beauty products out, and then I put snacks inside of it, and like I drew buttons and everything. And at that time I had an MP3 player, so I took the MP3 player and I stuck it inside of it, and then I taped the earpieces to the side, so it's like little speakers. And then I drew a picture of the Tyra Banks show, because at that time I think I was in 7th grade. The Tyra Banks show was my favorite show to watch. What I had invented was a portable system where you can take your TV anywhere you go. Because I think they had already had like the DVD player, but with the DVD player, you can only watch DVDs. You couldn't
Right.
watch TV. So I created basically what we have now with our phones, being able to watch TV anywhere you go. That was my invention.
You go, girl. You was definitely inventive, and you made sure that you had your snacks. That's one thing that has not changed, girl. You love you some snacks on the go, watching the movie in the tub. You the snacks galore. Snack queen. She the snack queen, and you already know.
Can you think of your invention? Because you said it earlier.
Oh, you talking about the patent, the
Yep.
Black-owned business patent? Because I was
Mhm.
gonna say no. I don't remember anything that I wanted to create, but yes, most definitely, that's what we need in our Black community to ensure that our Black-owned businesses are Black-owned. So going through a paperwork process, solidifying, yes, this is officially a Black-owned business. Some type of seal, patent, serial number, something, I don't know, but we most definitely need something to help identify real Black-owned businesses.
Legit. Mm-hmm.
Legit. Too legit, too legit to quit. Hey, hey, too legit, too legit to quit.
All right. Speaking of Black businesses, let's go on over to our scenarios dorm story segment.
Oh yes, I'm excited about this too. Let's go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? In today's dorm story segment, we are going to be highlighting some Black-owned businesses that we like and enjoy, and that you may like and enjoy too if you have not tried them already. So we are going to shout them out. Yeah, what's the first one?
If you follow me on the social medias, you are privy to knowing that I am now a part of the bald community, guys. But when I had hair, and now that I don't have hair, I love using Mayel Organics. That's the first company that I want to highlight. So Mayel Organics was founded by a woman named Monique Rodriguez. She launched this business in 2014 with the creation of her first Mayel organic product, which was the advanced hair formula, a unique proprietary blend of herbs, amino acids, and minerals to support healthy hair, skin, nails, and immune system. All of the products that I get is always like a pomegranate fragrance, and I love it. Like I remember even when I wash my wigs, honey, like my coworkers be like, Miss Love, your hair smell good, because I used to be like swing my hair with for the pomegranate in their faces. And I'm like, oh yeah, I just washed my hair last night. So thank you, Mayel, for having my hair smelling really good. And then for the holiday, they had a sale.
They did.
Everything was $5, but I had to get on there real quick because the last time I missed the sale because I was too slow. But this sale, I ended up buying their skin product.
Ooh, how was that?
It's amazing. Like it exfoliates my skin. They have a daily deep cleaning facial cleanse. Then they have the cream that you can put on, which like you only need a drop as small as maybe like 3 P's or 4 P's, like one right here, on the chin, cheek, and then put it in. And then they also have a charcoal, I think, like charcoal deep cleaning face mask. And all of it is beautiful. I love the product. So shout out to you, Monique, and your team. You're doing an awesome job. We love you over here, girl. Next up, we want to give a shout out. Shout out. Shout me out.
Shout out.
You. Shout out. Shout me out. Shout me out.
Hey.
I think the OGs used to do that. The orientation guys people, not OGs, kind of like that way. We want to give a shout out to CAU alumni Pinky.
Yes, Miss Pinky Cole.
Pinky Cole, Aisha Cole. She is the founder. She's the face of Slutty Vegan. Slutty Vegan is a plant-based burger joint in Atlanta's West End. But come on, update. They're more. They have it in the West End. They have it in what's that marketplace that we went to, Monie?
What marketplace?
In Atlanta, we kept going to every day when we went to go get the crystals, and then we went to take pictures.
Oh, dang. Now you're going to have my brain racking. I'm not going to be able to think about it on the spot.
Oh, my gosh. But anyway, she is doing the damn thing. She has a truck and everything where they have different varieties of burgers. Like, I had the Menage a Trois. Which burger did you have, Monie?
I don't remember, but it was hella good.
I want to say the side chick, but everything is like slutified. Like, all the titles and everything from the burgers is slutty names, and they're so good, and you won't feel like you're eating fake, quote unquote, fake bacon, quote unquote, fake burger, quote unquote. I had shrimp, y'all. I had shrimp on my burger, and it wasn't the shrimp that crawl in the sea. It was plant-based shrimp. It was so amazing, y'all. And I'm sorry, Monie, I'm off script right now because I'm speaking from experience. The food is bomb, but this Slutty Vegan opened summer 2018. The restaurant instantly became a national phenomenon and celebrity hotspot, with the fervor of its fans exceeding what Pinky expected for her business. Girl, and then the lines wrap around the corner.
Yes.
And I would say the line is worth it because I had it at homecoming. And I had it when Simone and I went to visit our friends in Atlanta. And the lines move fast. The customer service is amazing. They play music. They keep you hyped. They keep you excited. I don't care if it's cold outside. You're going to stand in that line for that burger. So make sure if you are in Atlanta, get you a burger. Get you two.
Yes.
Get you a pie. Get you some seasoning. Get you some chips. They got it all.
Right. Wrap snacks.
Yes.
She is on a bag of wrap snacks.
Yes. Shout out to you, Pinky. You doing it.
Yes.
Fire.
Love it. Love it. All right. So next up on the list, we have Trap Kitchen. Okay. Trap Kitchen was born in 2013 in Compton, California, when Malachi, aka Chef Spank, who was a Crip, decided to come together with his best friend Roberto, sous chef News, who was a Blood, to change the path of their lives they were taking in the streets with food. They've created this business that is growing rapidly with each passing day, where you can get 5-star restaurant meals without the 5-star prices. And when I say it tastes 5-star, baby, y'all, when y'all go to the Trap Kitchen, you have to make sure that you get some mac and cheese. I don't care what else you buy, but the mac and cheese is B-O-M-B. Bomb.
Wow.
Okay. And what I most love about Trap Kitchen, aside from delicious food, is just the story behind it. And it goes back to what we were talking earlier about as far as like building community.
Yes.
They're from 2 separate gangs that were basically rivals, and they came together as a way to show solidarity and build the community. And now they have this thriving business, which I think is dope as hell. We may have been at odds, but this is what we're doing to come together to change the scope of our lives through food. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. That's freaking dope. I can't wait to get some more mac and cheese.
That's what stands out to me. So I would definitely, when I'm on that side of America, love to support them, 1, but 2, try out their food, because like, how often do you hear about people who typically go against one another coming together to create something? And I hate to say this, but if they could do it, we could do it too. Like, put all your differences aside, just like Monie said, and do the damn thing for your culture.
Exactly. At one time you were at odds. You could change the whole trajectory of your life by just changing your mindset. Back to mindset again. Look how we made it here. All right, next one up on the list is one of my favorites, OMG, Black Girl Magic Wine. Y'all, this wine, I love it. Aside from the fact that it says Black Girl Magic Wine, but I also love the story. So, newly found sisters who had been raised across the world from one another, Robin and Andrea.
What?
Right. I didn't know this either until I had looked it up. So their love affair with wine was planted within them from an early age while growing up in two of the world's most iconic wine growing regions. So one's here and one's somewhere else in another part of the world.
Wow.
So in 2005, the sisters found themselves together in California, fueled by a shared passion for all things winemaking, and a desire to shake up the industry with a blend of old world elegance and new world finesse.
That's so
It was then that the McBride sisters collection was born.
Wow, that's so
Yo,
cool.
right? And aside from that, it's delicious. They have the McBride Sisters collection. They have the Black Girl Magic collection. And I just found out they also have spritzers now. The She Can collection in the can.
Yeah.
It's all delicious. Oh my gosh. I have a bottle right now that I will probably never open. I have a bottle of rosé that my mom gave me. It says "Love Always, Mom" on it. I'm like, Mom, I can't open the bottle. You wrote a message on it. But if I do plan open it at some point, I'm gonna open it when I get my first house. So, and then I'll put something else inside of it as a celebratory. That's my celebratory bottle. I'm celebrating something big when I pop open that bottle. So
I'm just jealous because, as you are already privy to, they don't have a Jersey license yet. So I'm like, I did DM them and ask them, and they said that they were working on it. So let's keep our fingers and our toes and our ankles crossed, hoping that they get this license soon. If not, then I'm just gonna have to use a New York address to get some Black Girl Magic wine in my system. I really want to try it out. But that's what captured me too. Like, I remember when you first brought it up to me or sent me the link. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, like, I don't even care what it tastes like. It got this label on it. Yes, Black Girl. Yes, she can. Yes, I can. Yes, Black Girl Magic over here. I loved it. So, like, just the marketing, the branding, all of that was just amazing to me. And then to see that their faces were actually Black, I was like, yes.
I love it. Such a beautiful story. And their office is here in Oakland.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All righty. And last on the list, we have We Buy Black, which is an online marketplace that houses all things Black owned, from household items to jewelry to books, laundry detergent, technology, literally everything that you can think of that you would want that's Black owned. You have to go on WeBuyBlack.com to find it. They also have it to where you can order a box and receive everything in there Black owned. You don't know what's going to come in the box. It's like a surprise box, but you know that when that box comes, you'll have everything in there will be Black owned, from trash bags to body wash to probably even a book. Like, they literally have everything you could think of.
They got you name it.
Bing, green, all of that. You name it. All Black everything is on We Buy Black.
That was good. We talked about a lot of stuff today. We talked about Black dollars. We talked about Black Wall Street. We talked about the Black community. We talked about the good and the bad of it, and, you know, just wanting better for ourselves and for our people. So that's what we were talking about in that cast.
Yes, I'm full. I'm like, ooh, that was
a lot
out of that.
That was a lot. But thank y'all for sticking with us and hanging on out with us. Let's travel over to the community news announcement segment.
It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. I'm really starting to I really enjoyed the jingle, right? You groove with it,
move with it, sway with it.
My MJ swag on with that one.
Okay, y'all. So for our announcements today, we have 2 days left. There are 2 days left for you to enter our Black business giveaway. Y'all, like we have said before, and like we have been showing, there are so many amazing prizes that are being given away this month of February, and we are so gracious of the Black businesses who have partnered with us. So if you have not commented under our post or their post, just sharing or tagging, your friend, your relative, whoever it is that you love, and saying why you love them to enter into the contest, as well as following the 10 Black businesses that are a part of this. You have 2 days left to do so make sure you get it in while it's available, and it's free. So why wouldn't you do it?
Exactly. We are partnered with 9 other Black female-owned businesses. We have Pretty Girls Plan, Cherished by Coco, Top Notch C, Keep It Vertical, Soaps and Beyond, Moon Honey Yoga, Key Created It, The Betty J Company, and Rooted Radiant Beauty. Y'all, like she said, if you haven't already entered, you got 2 days left to make sure you do it to get this wonderful package that we are sending out to you in honor of Black businesses, Black History Month, and for loving us, loving yourselves. Big thank you. Think of it as like a hug in the form of a giveaway.
Yeah.
Next up, we need you all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Y'all know how we go. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you love the content that we have on our channel, we have our questions of the month answers are up there. Truth Carpet is up there. And we also have our videos where we talk about our blogs that we have written on our website. So if you like reading, you can read the blogs on the website. If you like to listen and get some more insight on why we wrote the blog, then you can watch us on YouTube. And please share with others if you are enjoying what we have to offer. That's all we asking. That's all we need. And if there's anything that you would like for us to do or talk about that you want to see us to do on YouTube, let us know. Ask and you shall receive. We are in the business of giving, okay? Just ask us nicely.
Right. So Simone is just basically emphasizing what we mentioned in our topics today. Show support. If you like what you see, show some support. So what I'm going to add on to that is, if you enjoyed our podcast today, if you enjoyed our podcast 2 weeks ago, kindly let us know by sending us a review via email, comments, social media, DM, text message, in person, however you choose. Send an alien to let us know how dope we are. We will take it in.
Pigeon, owl.
Right. A dove with a note, a bottle with a note in it, all that. We take it all. But, for real, we kindly would appreciate if you send a review. And thank you to those people who have sent reviews to us. It keeps us going. It lets us know that you appreciate us, and it lets us know where we can make some tweaks here and there. So thank you. That stretch.
That was my excitement stretch. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
So thank y'all for tuning in to our second episode of season 2.
Yes. All Black
everything.
Yes. So technically we 18 episodes in so far. All overall. Dang, I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. I want to say all over, but it's 18 episodes overall. We appreciate y'all listening and always being here with us, enjoying us, allowing us to bless your ears.
And we will be back in 2 weeks.
Bye, y'all.